Hey guys, and welcome to my new movie review for Shadows in the Cloud. Now, this is going to be a very unconventional movie review for me because I'm actually going to leave all the synopsis, and everything else to do with this movie actually right at the end of the review, and I'm going to let you know first and foremost about this movie, and then I'll leave all that stuff at the end as well as a bit of trivia for you guys. First off, I want to talk about this. In this movie, guys, no word of a lie in any way, shape, or form, there is an absolutely massive spoiler in this movie. Like, literally a ginormous, huge spoiler. There really is. The reason why I wanted to do this review is it's kind of a two-parter. One, because you guys are amazing and you're worth it. And two, I actually want to express to you about a certain part. Well, technically it's a two-parter element in this movie that annoyed me about this movie. But other than this two-part thing, I actually really enjoyed it. And I want to talk about it too. The reason why it's a two-parter is it's actually the same thing just done twice. And it's to do with the main character of the movie. Now, what happens is what I'm talking about. The main character is sitting in this gun pit, and the camera focal element is on her most of the time in this movie, like literally. In fact, it's on her. That's kind of the focal point of the movie, is her sitting in what you call a cockpit, a gun pit. I don't know, plane. So whatever you call that part of the movie, and she has a two-part element to the movie, okay? And it's both a monologue, literally. They're both monologues. They are literally the only parts of this movie, but besides her interaction audibly with the other crew members in the craft, her two-part monologue, and I believe it's probably at the start of the film and at the end of the film, realistically. But the two-part monologue is literally in this entire film the only two-part of this film that I literally dozed off at. I just found it just wasn't captivating for me as an audience member. I just wasn't taken in. I didn't love it. I mean, I really didn't love it. I found it lag. I found it to be the element of the movie itself. It just didn't fit right with me, and I just dozed off. Other than the two-part monologue that she does in this movie, guys, this movie is really well done. And I want to tell you one more thing that bugged me about this movie. This isn't nitpicking. I was just unbelievably disappointed, okay? I was just really disappointed at this element of this movie. Really disappointed. And what I want to say, guys, is there's a scene. For those of you who've been following my channel for any period of time, I don't do spoilers, guys, so you won't get a spoiler from me in this movie review. There's a scene in this movie where she's hanging from something, okay? She's hanging from something. And while she's hanging from this thing, one of two things. The first thing is it was physically impossible for her to be hanging the way she was hanging from the craft, the way she was hanging from it, because it just wouldn't have happened. And two, you could so unbelievably see that she was in front of green screen. She was literally in a green screen. I was just like, that's not convincing. Now, the reason why it bugged me, guys, it's Hollywood. It is Hollywood. They don't need to be doing things like this anymore. They seriously don't. Technology, it is so advanced right now in today's movie cinema that we don't need this sort of thing in cinema anymore. It just doesn't need to be like that anymore. Now, I just want to stop this review right now and give a massive shout out to this behind me, guys. I know that normally I have the wallpaper of the movie behind me, but I'm actually giving a massive shout out to a dear friend of mine who lent me this. She said that I could use it in my movie review, and I said that I was going to do this, use this in my movie reviews the next time that I do a movie review, guys. So I just want to stop this review right now and just honor an absolute beautiful, beautiful lady, Christy. Christy, thank you so much for letting me use this wallpaper that you have. I really appreciate it so much. Honestly, I value it so much. I just think it's absolutely beautiful, and I just needed to use it for one of my movie reviews. And I'm sure that down the track I'm going to be using more because it was so unbelievably awesome. But thanks again, Christy. You're incredible. Guys, like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It's just, as I said, the CGI elements could, especially in that sequence, I was like, I can tell you that you're literally hanging in front of a green screen, and it just bugged me because I was like, it's Hollywood. We're not back there anymore in Hollywood. We're so far advanced in Hollywood that you don't need to make it look fake anymore, especially on a budget film like this, which is, you could tell this was a really low budget film. In saying that, the thrills, the scares, the wow factor behind this movie really sold it for me. I was really impressed, and I just liked the film other than that, with that. As I said, there is a massive spoiler in this movie, guys, a massive spoiler. It is to do with what she's taking somewhere. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it was really clever. It was really clever. The interaction between her and the rest of the cast members audibly was really clever. When you see the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And just the way it was placed out, it was plotted. It was really clever, guys. Honestly, it's a really well done film. I enjoyed it. I really did. Apart from those two monologue elements of this movie, I was just like, I just droned out. I just zoned out. I just was like, I'm not in this. Other than that, guys, I appreciated this movie so well. This movie is a really good movie. And guys, now I'm going to let you know the cast, the crew, the director, and you know the rest of the stuff, guys. So without further ado, guys, here's the rest of the points of this movie that are really the nutshell. Take it away, guys, and after that I'll leave you with some trivia, but you might not see my face. It'll just be my voice, guys. I appreciate your time, and thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you watching this movie review. Without further ado, here's the rest of the information for this movie. Take care, guys. See you next time.
A female World War II pilot traveling with the top secret documents on a B-17 Flying Fortress encounters an evil presence on board the flight. Directed by Roseanne Liang. Chloe Grace Moretz, who plays Maud Garrett. And I'll leave you with this piece of trivia, guys. The animated segment at the beginning of the film is based on Private Snafu, a series of adult-orientated instrumental shorts meant to educate enlisted professional and army discretion, hygiene, combat readiness, and daily life. They were produced between 1943 and 1945, and given they were not meant for public, were free from censorship restrictions. The title character, parodied in the film, come from the military acronym Situation Normal, All Fucked Up.